Hey guys, I'm going to talk about the new episode of Gravity Falls, and last video I did this uncut, and I think I'm going to try that again, because it seemed to work out fairly well, or at least better than I thought it would. I want to do this uncut because I'm a little bit behind in videos. I have at least 4 Rob watches that I need to write and or film, so I need to get on that. And also, I'm going to be pretty busy the next couple of days with offline stuff, so this will help me get the video out real quick. Also, when I'm done with this video, I'm going to film a vlog, a very important vlog that I'm going to post on my Daily Motion account. So if you have been following me for a while, be sure to look out for that when I post it. But anyway, Gravity Falls, Dipper and Mabel versus the future. So in this episode, it starts out 1 week before the twins' 13th birthday. They're going to be teenagers, which means I guess they can't go back to that convenience store. Otherwise, the ghosts of the old couple will try to kill them because they don't like teenagers. But then again, considering what happens in this episode, that might be the least of their problems. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So anyway, they're really excited about it. Well, Mabel's really excited about it. Dipper's still pretty happy about it. He seems okay with it. Mabel goes to plan stuff for the birthday party, and Dipper goes off with Ford again, like in the last Mabel Corn. They kind of split the story. So Mabel's looking for a place to have the birthday party, which incidentally is going to be the last day of summer, and I'm guessing they'll have to leave after that. So they go to the Gravity Falls High School to check out the gym and maybe have it there, and they were going to invite everyone from town. But then it's registration day for the teenagers of Gravity Falls, and Mabel was really excited because they were going to be teenagers and they're going to go to high school. But then she runs into Wendy, and she says, "High school sucks. There's all these crazy emotions, and teenagers are awful." And I'm afraid I have to agree with Wendy there. High school sucks. I hate that high school is romanticized on TV and in movies and everything. High school is nothing special. It really isn't. And this is I'm getting into a rant here, but yeah, it's a 4-year basically prison sentence where you're trapped in a prison yard with other people whose emotions are as crazy as yours are right now because you're kind of in the middle of puberty. It's one of the reasons I hate shows about school, because again, they over-romanticize high school. But yeah, anyway, if you're in high school, if you're gonna be in high school, just hang in there. Just trust me, just hang in there for 4 years. No matter what happens, none of that's gonna carry over. It's gonna be fine. Things will blow over after high school. In fact, you're gonna usually be happy at the end of high school. But all right, I'm getting off topic here. So Mabel sees that the teenagers are kind of crazy, and high school might not be as good as she thinks it's going to be, and it's not. So she gets upset with that, and then she goes to see Grenda and Candy to see, or at least you guys going to come to my party? And they said, I'm not going to be here. I'm not going to be here. Grenda's going to be with that that guy from the party, and Candy's gonna go away to music camp. And they said we're not, and so it's like they're not gonna be there for their last day. So this is like Mabel's worst day ever, and it was actually kind of sad because she was so happy and she's always such a jovial character, and here she was just completely shot down. And it was by the way, there's not a lot of comedy in this episode because there's a lot of heavy stuff like this. But anyway, while that's going on, Dipper is with Ford, and Ford says that the rift bubble, the dome, is cracking, and they needed a strong adhesive to hold it together. And they go on a hike, and he takes them to that cliff that looks like this, with the 2 gaps in the middle. And we find out that the gaps are there because a UFO crashed in where Gravity Falls is now, a long time ago, like before the town was established. So that's like the one thing the show hasn't gotten to yet is aliens. They've done everything else: monsters, magic, ghosts, all that stuff. They haven't gotten to aliens yet. So there it is, aliens. So they go into the UFO to find really strong adhesive that the aliens have, and this is also the place where Ford got all the pieces for the portal, the dimensional portal. So they go in there, but they accidentally activate a security system, and the security droids go after them. And by the way, the security droids react to fear, which made me wonder, was that a reference to After Earth? If anyone's actually seen that movie besides me. If you haven't seen it, don't bother. But yeah, in that movie, the aliens only go after people who have fear. They like smell the fear hormone, the pheromones rather, off of a person, and only someone who has no fear can stop them. And maybe I'm thinking too much into this. I like to think Gravity Falls is a little smarter than that, but anyway, although the crashed spaceship is a neat little reference to The Thing, because I heard that I have to watch the episode again, but I heard that the ship is actually where the shapeshifter came from. So again, it's a buried spaceship, and the monster that came out of it was a shapeshifter. So yeah, that was a nice little nod to The Thing, or John Carpenter's The Thing rather. The first one, the good one. Now I'm going on about movies. Alright, so anyway, they activate the security system. The thing goes after Ford. It captures Ford. Dipper goes over to save him, and they also another neat reference is the droid, the security droid goes into this ship, and the ship is the same ship from Flight of the Navigator. So that was like 3 movie references in one episode, and 2 of them are good. The other one is debatable. But anyway, so Dipper grabs onto the ship, and he manages to crash it and frees Ford, and Ford tells him, you know, I'm looking for an apprentice to take over my work, because I'm getting kind of old for this. I'm getting too old for this. And he says he wants Dipper to be his the person who takes over his work, but he has to stay in Gravity Falls and you know, be under his wing while he shows him around, which means that he'll have to be separated from Mabel. And when Dipper went off with Ford, he had a walkie-talkie with Mabel. Mabel gave him a walkie-talkie, and she heard the whole conversation over the walkie-talkie. So when Dipper comes back, he's trying to tell her something. He's trying to say, you know, this has been the best day of my life. And meanwhile, Mabel has like the worst day of her life. And and then she says, you know, today it's not true. Say you're not gonna leave me. And he's trying to say, you know, this is a big opportunity. I can't do it. It was really sad too. Like watching, this was like the moment that they were building up to, like the moment where they were gonna eventually split up. And wow, it's just, again, not a lot of comedy in this episode. There was at the beginning there was quite a bit, but toward the end it just got heavier and heavier. So anyway, Mabel gets really upset. She grabs her backpack, or actually she grabs Dipper's backpack, which has the rift in it, and she runs off. She thinks it's her bag. So Dipper goes to Ford and said she didn't take it too well. And he thought she was going to be okay because she has such a magnetic personality, and she was making friends with the postman and everybody in town. But not really. She's kind of she's rightfully upset over this thing. I mean, if it was me in that position, I'd be upset too. So she runs into the forest, and she's like, "I can't believe this is happening. I don't want this to happen. Why can't summer last forever?" And then suddenly Blendon shows up, the guy from the future, and he goes, you know, I have a device that can put a time dome over Gravity Falls and make summer last a little bit longer. I just need this thing that your uncle has, and it shows he has a hologram of the rift in the glass case, and I think we all know where this is going. Even though we know where this is going, it was still pretty shocking. So she just happened to have Dipper's bag, which had the rift in it, so she gave it to him, and sure enough, he smashes it on the ground, the portal opens, and it turns out that Blendon was possessed by Bill Cipher. And the portal opens, he's up in the sky laughing, yes, it's finally happened, and then that's where the episode ends. Damn, where do I even begin? Okay, first of all, it was already established that he was going to take over someone outside the Mystery Shack. Of all the people, Blendon was one of the last ones I would have thought of. I would have thought maybe he would have gone after Grunkle Stan, or one of their friends from Gravity Falls. He went after Blendon, which how did he get Blendon? That's kind of interesting. He had to either go to the future, or did Blendon just happen to be there, or I don't know. I have a feeling they'll explain that eventually. Also, where do we go from here? Because apparently, not only is the world ending, but we still got like 3 or 4 episodes left. So, what's gonna happen over the course of the next couple episodes? They already showed the trailer for the next episode. It's gonna happen in like 2 weeks, and it looks like some crazy stuff is going down. I saw Wendy in war paint, ready to fight, and that's gonna be awesome to see that. Apparently, Seuss's grandma turns into a reclining chair, so it makes you have to watch the trailer just for that to make sense. But yeah, oh my god! But this episode was, like I said it many times. This episode was really heavy because it went for more drama and action, and it kind of clustered all the humor in most of the first half of the show. So it was definitely building up to this, and probably my favorite gag of the whole episode was they hear an explosion in the Mystery Shack, and Ford's like, "Dipper, my face is on fire!" And he goes in, and his face is like smoldering, and Dipper's like, "What happened?" And he was like, "Oh, I was just shaving." Oh no, what was it? He said, I was just. It was like, "Your face is still." He's like, "What happened? Your face is on fire." He goes, "Yes, it's a lot easier than shaving," or something. And I was on Twitter. I was like, "Does he shave with C4 explosive?" Jesus. I do love Ford, but that brings us to our other thing. This episode is kind of his fault because first of all, I know this whole thing was very important, but he was really pushing for Dipper to stay with him and leave Mabel, and even though he kind of rationalized that Mabel will be fine, everybody loves her, she finds ways to be happy about situations, and in the end it just hurt her, and I don't know, and then oh man, it's hard to explain because it's I have a feeling that he's gonna try and do something drastic to make up for it, but man, this episode's there's so much to take in with this episode. Yeah, but Ford kind of did this whole thing. Like, he could have tried to destroy the rift sooner, or kept it somewhere safer. Like, how did it even crack to begin with? That's just, oh man, I don't know. I guess this episode has left us with more questions than ever, and it seems that we're just gonna have to wait for the next episode to see how it all plays out. So I guess that's all that we have to do. Also, we're gonna have to see like how Bill got to Blendon, how this is all gonna end. Is this even the end of the series? Also, where does little Gideon fit in with all this? Because he made the deal, which apparently it doesn't seem like he had anything to do with what just happened, as far as I know. Yeah, man, it's just such a heavy episode to so much. Like I said, so much to take in. I don't know. I really like this episode. I like that we're really building up to a huge finale, and we just have to wait for the next one. That's what's. I guess that's just what's gonna happen. So that's all I got for Gravity Falls, Dipper and Mabel versus the future. Leave a comment below and let me know what you thought of this episode. My name is Rob, and have a wonderful day.